Gonna talk about that Max Steel. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about Max Steel. Now, look, I'm 45, as I keep reminding you. So Max Steel, you know, it's a 90s cartoon. Has you can see, like, for the time, I'm sure it was cool CG effects.
No, it wasn't.
No, this was not.
No, it was.
I remember growing up watching this, and I was like, "This looks awful," but I kept watching it. It was weird. I was a dumb kid, but yeah, like you seeing this right here, people. If you have any connection to that old one, you in for a shock when you go see this new one.
And the old cartoon, was it now? Did it come before the toys? Was it there to sell toys, or were the toys an after effect?
I think it was there to sell toys, man.
That's usually the case.
It's like the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, they went hand in hand. It was all marketing, man. They had these shitty toys. I showed you a commercial one time. You can actually look them up. Like, in hindsight, those toys ain't even fun. You know, those toys. No. There's a reason why you don't hear about Max Steel today, because his toys were shit, and his cartoon looked like shit. Max Steel just shitty all around. That's why I was asking some people like you, Corey Goodwin, millennials and younger. I said, so anybody asking for a Max Steel movie? But people like, that's when I'm fucking Max Steel.
What? They're doing that?
Max who? Shit, ain't that porn star? Yeah, right. It's like not one fucking kid out there was asking for Max Steel, a Max Steel movie. Like, they don't even know who the fuck Max Steel is right now. But that didn't stop them. I'm gonna show you the trailer to this Max Steel movie. And you know, I talked some shit before. I was saying, hey, you know what? Nobody's marketing this because the trailer looks like garbage. But that's not being fair. You got to judge it by the whole movie. So I'm going to show y'all the trailer to see what we're talking about, and we'll come back to give you a fair review.
See,
to give you a fair review. I was coughing up some Faygo just then. Burping up some Faygo. It would be black.
It's up to you now, Max.
Steel now! Go turbo!
You okay?
Yeah. A few more bruises than usual.
Okay. I was going to say it's a teenage Iron Man, but this guy is clearly not a teenager.
He is no.
His power is that he's a 30-year-old in high school.
Well, you know what? He's not exactly 30. I ain't gonna mess with him because this shit is not his fault. I'm gonna get to this guy in a little bit. It's not. Bless this guy's heart. It's not,
like he didn't read the contract or read the script before he decided to film this.
It's not his fault.
It was a forged birth certificate.
And believe me, it is not this kid's fault right here. I'm gonna talk about this poor kid in a minute, and he is no Iron Man either, man. If you couldn't tell, that's what they're trying to do with this. That's why they brought this back, because Marvel's doing this shit. Say, we'll get Iron Man Jr. up in here, Iron Kid. You know, they think that right now that this can probably go Marvel light or superhero light, because that's what it is. Max McGrath is a kid who, at 16, starts to discover that he has powers, and his father, who's deceased, has left a legacy behind that's a mystery to him. But when one of his discoveries shows up and tries to explain to Max what's going on with his powers, the little Steel right there, the little alien robot, that's when Max can start honing in his powers and becoming a real hero with a cool ass suit.
Gem and the Holograms. That's what it's reminding me of.
Oh man, I'll get to that in a minute too.
Some close to that.
No, not even. Not even.
Yeah, man. The one thing about it is you gave what happens with this movie in the '90s one, if I remember right. He was like basically a James Bond Jr. kind of character,
right,
where they gave him powers because he was dying. His dad was like, I gotta save him, and he gets all of his gadgets and powers from this little crew he works with, the Steel Corporation, I believe it was called. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But they're fighting that guy with the skeleton face.
The skeleton face.
Yeah, Metal Skeletor. And this movie resembles none of that. Maybe they rebooted it and I haven't seen it since then, but this has nothing to do with the old one. So the whole time I'm watching it, I was like, I don't think this had anything to do with the thing I saw when I was a kid.
And you know what? And I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna say this is a movie that's not worth being pissed over? I'm pissed the fuck off, man. I'm pissed off because I got up at 10 this morning to go see this shit, and had Sam with me. So Sam and I looking like some goddamn fucking youth program going up there like I'm big brothers and big sisters and shit. I'm walking up there with him like take your fucking kid to the movies day and shit. You
Big
know,
brothers for big brothers.
Yeah.
Well, Sam and Max Steel about the same age.
Yeah, I was mad. I was mad as fuck. And I was when I said, well, shit, I'm gonna let them know we in this together. You pay for your own shit, man. I ain't finna be looking like an at-risk youth program with you. And then we get in there. Before I get into the review, I just want to tell you something. The best thing about going to movies at 10 in the morning, no matter what they are, look, it's 10 in the fucking morning. I'm not exaggerating. It is 10 o'clock. And they got this shit started on time, too. We actually missed a little bit of it. I go late because they show trailers. No, they
Oh
show.
wow, you missed some of it.
No, we caught the
Completely changes
credits.
the movie.
No, we
Okay.
caught the credits. And shit. No, we caught most. We caught it right. We got in about 10 after 10. We caught it like right at the beginning. You know, they showed 30 minutes of trailers, but I got in there, and we're watching Max Steel. Max Steel, a 90s show for kids, brought to the big screen. And I walk in there, and here's the thing about it, man. All old people go see anything at 10 in the morning. On
get
the
discounts.
weekend because they use the fuck out that senior discount, man. They don't care. Well, they just bored. They just
Whip out the AARP card.
they either just bored as shit and they just go see something like Max Steel. Like they just escaped from the home and just wandered in there.
That's where they're hiding out.
That's where they're hiding.
Don't
Yeah.
find us.
I ain't trying to be mean, but I saw. Listen, here's the deal. You always gonna find one old person, but I was expecting to find an old man. You know, at least maybe he played with his grandson's toys back in the day or something. And it is a male-oriented property.
Right.
It was a 70-something-year-old woman in there, man, watching Mac. Didn't even try to meet the demographic halfway. She walked out by herself. I actually wanted to go grab her and say, "Hey, you left your grandkid behind." I waited. She's by herself.
Maybe she thought it was a porn.
Yeah,
That's one.
Get the blood for
She
him.
walking out with her pants around her ankles and shit.
Oh no.
Enjoy the movie, man. But I'm just gonna jump right into it. Corey talking about it. It doesn't resemble the property. And look, I didn't watch the property. I didn't give a fuck about that. But I'm watching this, and even I have to ask somebody who's not familiar with it. Why does this shit exist?
To sell toys.
Ain't no fucking Martin. Ain't no kid even uttered the word Max Steel in the last 20 years. Ain't nobody bought a Max Steel toy. Ain't nobody asked for a Max Steel movie. Who the fuck was asking for Max Steel? Who made the decision to do this? The only thing I can think of is like it was one kid who grew up to be a billionaire who loved Max Steel and just funded this shit himself. There is not a fucking thing happening in this movie. It is an hour. This movie's an hour and a half. This movie is about 40 minutes to an hour of setup. It's about 40 minutes to an hour of a superhero origin, and his origin ain't even that cool. Half the movie looks like he got sperm flying from his hand.
I was just thinking that.
Like you ain't got no powers. You just been jacking off. You just flame your hands. That's all you do.
I got powers, mom.
Yeah. Look at this. You think he's Spider-Man, got webbing and shit. It's
Stop it. You're getting your sister pregnant.
that's my power. It's an origin movie is fun. A lot of people say that's the best. That's why the first part of a superhero franchise is the best.
Sure.
Because of the origin story. But even then, in those origin stories, you see the hero fight somebody.
Right.
You see the hero use his powers to stop evil or to stop somebody. And Max Steel, all the shit we've been talking about Max Steel, what's the one positive thing that we said about Max Steel? Fucking villain, man, goddammit.
I was gonna say nothing.
So,
you
no.
never watched that show.
They got a villain. The only cool thing right there, they got skeleton face. They ain't got no real villain here. I'm sorry, they got two. One I can't even tell you about because that's kind of a spoiler.
It's great. It's great.
But the one after fucking 45 minutes of sitting there watching him like got jizz from his hands and shit, what's the villain that we get? A fucking dust cloud.
Yeah.
A dust cloud with a red eye.
Yeah, they call them the Ultralings.
The Ultralights or something, yeah.
Something like that. Basically, they're these alien things that come down, which are the size of tornadoes. Like when they come through, people think tornadoes came through town. He fights one of these, gets his ass kicked, just wakes up the next day, nothing's wrong, and then you never see that creature again.
Yeah.
That shit is gone.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
Big ass dust bunny with a red eye, so you know he's angry. You know, it's some Galactus shit from Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four.
Yeah, and his buddy Steel keeps saying, they're coming for you, they're gonna get you, they're gonna get you. That's the only one that shows up. That's it. No more come. He's good.
Yeah, the whole like the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie, what is Max fighting? Max is fighting fucking headaches and flashbacks.
Yep.
Oh.
You know, he's all everywhere he goes. There's a girl that he's into. Every time he runs around somebody that he can have a normal time with, he's like, "Oh my fucking god, my head! Oh Jesus, I gotta go." You know, it's even when he's training. You know, Spider-Man got to like go out and fight a wrestler and fling to other buildings to test this shit out. This dumbass goes out in the middle of the woods and just blows up appliances. He blows up lamps in a jam box.
This is freaking awesome!
Blow up some shit from Salvation Army. That ain't awesome. You know?
It's vandalism.
Yeah. Out in the fucking woods blowing up shit.
Yeah, starting fires and shit.
Only you.
Yeah, fucking
Smokey the Bear
Smokey
shows
the Bear.
up.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, what you doing to my jam box? Or the movie's so cheap looking, what else is he doing when he gets to test out his powers? They take him to an abandoned building so he can beat up walls.
Concentrate. Okay.
Go and get a Sunday goose, footloose. You know, hell, and
You know, when I saw that scene, I thought he tripped over that rail. Yeah, me too. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I don't think that's supposed to be in the movie. They messed that and edited.
and that's a cool. Yeah, but you know why? Because that was him.
Yeah.
Because when he's not, when they have him doing the cool shit, they got some Asian dude to do it. Like when they that ain't look, they ain't put you
Right.
don't see his face.
Not at all.
They got him in the sun and shit. So right when you think you can see him, you're like, oh fuck, man.
Oh, and that's the shit that pisses you off because the robots tell him you've got these powers, and he just starts doing flips. I'm like, well, you can do that without powers. I don't understand why you would test this with your new powers.
Shit, there are gymnasts who can do more shit than you.
He's doing parkour.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that is it. That is it. The big special effect, what they want to sell it on, is Steel, the little robot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that PJ Byrne doing his voice?
No, it's
No.
somebody from when he showed you love. What's it? Silicon Valley.
Yeah, it is Josh
head.
Brenner.
Oh, okay, yeah, big head. Okay.
Yeah, I'm jealous of you because you went and saw this with some old people. I had guys that were, the youngest one had to be like 24. So you could tell they were all in there either because they loved the property or somebody in it. They all loved Big Head in this. Anytime he says something,
Even
like,
Big
oh
Head
my
looking like,
God.
what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Dude, it was bad.
Damn, speaking of sperm, somebody got to hit a little bit of Woody Allen's, man, and clone that dude. Look, he's going to be in a Woody Allen movie one day.
He will.
Shit, he's going to take Woody Allen's place when he dies. You are the Allen. But, you know, look, Big Head, I love that dude. On Silicon Valley,
Oh, yeah.
I love this dude.
He's good on Marin also.
Oh, that's right. That's Mark Maron's show?
Yeah.
Where he's a little smart-ass assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like this dude a lot, man. I have no problems with him. I got no fight with him. My fight is not with him. My fight is with Steel. You know, the little robot, because that robot is annoying, man. Like if they ever sold a toy of this robot, which is what they think they're trying to do, I would get every one of them off the shelves and I'd smash the fuck out of them, man. It's annoying because they don't really care about the story. All they want to do is like try to make him hip for kids, make him funny, because he's an alien. And all of his other alien friends that are on Earth, they all serious and shit. You know, they don't fuck around. You know, we got to get shit done. But Steel, I mean, he's the comedy stylings of. You know, your hero Max has to be cool. Mm-hmm. He has to be somebody that the kids want to get into. Not this Max right here. You know, this guy, he's got no charisma at all.
No.
And it's not because it's not his fault. Even he looks like, yeah, I fucked up. You know, he's like,
I mean, that's the thing. Some actors can take weak material and still rise above it somewhat if they have enough energy to put into it.
man, there ain't nothing for him doing this movie. Ain't nothing for not a fucking person to do in this movie.
There's flips.
No, what's that? And he'd even do those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. He looked like, yeah, my shit is done.
Please don't remember this.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna make some indie movies. I promise.
And the reason why I'm letting him off because he's young. You know, he's young. He's taking what he can get.
Young.
You know,
that nigga don't look young at all.
he's young, man. He's young compared to some other people in this movie. He's going for whatever shot he's got. He's looking like it's almost like his agent told him. He's like, hey, look, I got Max. He's like, that's it. That's all you got. People who are, and the reason why I'm not blaming him is because there are people in here
Who should know better.
who know good and goddamn better than to be in this
Seasoned
movie.
actors.
See the people who have been up for Academy Awards. You know, that's the people I'm looking at. Like, look, there's two people who shouldn't be in this movie. You know,
You and Sammy.
no, nobody should be in the theater watching this shit. 0 people. But here, Maria Bello, man,
Right.
veteran actress. She don't need to be in this bullshit. Look, I know
You know,
actors.
you know how hard Hollywood is on women when they get to a certain age.
But even then, you got to have some pride. You know, some shit you should say no, just not to encourage this kind of shit. And the other thing is, I can kind of understand with her because you see her right there. She don't leave that house. She
Don't.
You know what I'm saying? She shot her scenes in a day, if
Yeah.
that, because she didn't do nothing but lounge around the house and read lines.
I feel like they're just like, we'll get you an Airbnb. We'll come and shoot where you are. And you ain't got to do nothing. Okay, I'll do it.
Andy Garcia, this dude right here, he does not have the easy shoot that Maria Bello does. Maria Bello, she can lounge. This dude, he did work.
He cared.
He was acting his ass off in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, he was. Like, this was some Shakespeare, dude. It was, oh my God.
I mean, he even had the hand at one point.
Put a skull out of nowhere.
Well, yeah. How could you do this? I did this because. It's like, there's even one part where you could tell you so much in it. There wasn't even words. There was one part he's screaming. He put his ass into that. It's like, slow down, man. You and Max Steel. I'm gonna give it over to Corey, but I gotta tell you this much. Martin brought up a movie, and I gotta tell you, anytime your movie is not as good as another piece of shit, then it don't need to exist. This movie, you're right, Martin. This movie it reminded me of this too. It's like Jim and the Holograms, but it's like Jim and the Holograms without the good parts.
Wait.
You know, yeah.
What were the good parts of Jim and the Hologram?
Exactly, Martin. You don't know until you see Max Steel.
I guess the music? I don't know.
You watched it, and there were parts where you just laughed because it was so stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
With Max Steel, you just sitting there. You know?
You get mad, man. I've never been so furious at a movie in my life.
You just sit there like, okay, just give me something I can laugh at. Be so bad that I can just crack a joke, but it ain't
Right.
even that bad. Here's what really made me mad. You wait, you're like, man, something has to happen. I mean, ain't shit going on. Surely you cannot carry this on. It was so boring, I couldn't sleep. Because I had to see how boring it was.
I had the reverse of that. Anytime a night scene came up, I was like, oh, thank God I can close my eyes. And then a day scene would come up, I'm like, shit. I had to wake back up and watch it.
I don't want to get up. You know, it's like we had to at my theater we had the reclining seats.
Ooh.
The
where'd you see
Lazy
it?
Boys at Westgate.
Oh, okay.
I tried to take a nap.
Yeah.
You know, I got into the fetal position and everything. I tried to do that shit and I just couldn't do it, man. I was like, what the fuck is Mac gonna do something? You know, it made me so angry. This is when I say why does this movie exist? It exists because I know why. They got a subdivision going on with Dolphin Pictures. I guess that's a part of Mattel Toys where they want to kind of come in and kick up a Hasbro thing.
Hasbro doing it?
Yeah, Hasbro.
Does Mattel have any other properties that are movies?
That's what I was saying, man.
Got Hot Wheels.
They got out of all the fucking toys that Mattel has, Hot Wheels.
Barbie.
Shit, I watch a Barbie movie, man.
Yeah.
Before I watch this shit again. Hell, you know they got Mattel got toys from the '60s. I'll watch that shit before I watch this. Make a movie out of that before Max Steel. Larry the Lion. They got some shit in the back of the day from the 1960s. Some lion you pull it straight like, hey, I'll protect you.
Once upon a time, in the deep jungle, there lived a ferocious lion. Oh, I'm Larry Lion.
I'll watch that old motherfucking man before I watch this again.
Put him up.
Hey, put him up, Max Steel. You know, hell, I watched Steel, the Shaquille O'Neal movie before I watch this shit. You know, this is dumb as hell.
And those fighting.
Boogie around danger like a soul-trained dancer.
You know, something going on.
I gotta watch that again in the very near future.
Hey, you groaning, but you know what? At least I got a laugh out of that. Even if it was a bad laugh. It was something. I got a reaction. The whole time I'm just sitting up there watching Still like I'm in a fucking coma or something. I look like what's his name? A Theory of Everything? Hawkins. I look like
Stephen
I
Hawking.
look like Stephen Hawkins. I'm just sitting there the whole time. Just, Just looking.
That's some bullshit.
Do something.
Kill me.
It's such a misguided project. One that I would really love. If there's a documentary about something, I would love to see what the decision was to start out with Max fucking Steel as a way to kick off your toy to cinema properties. I don't get it, man. Some straight up bullshit. Straight up. I want to give this a fuck you, but hey, it kept me from sleeping.
Damn, if that's the best thing you can say about
That's
it.
the best thing I can say. Hey, Corey Coleman, I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, that might be the best review they get. Is gonna show up on the poster. Dude, I walked into this for free. Like I feel like the manager saw me go into this movie. He was like, "All right, brother, it's your funeral."
Yeah.
I went and sat down.
He's trying to catch you. Hey, I'm gonna give you some money, man. Here, you gonna need this.
My bad. But yeah, man, this movie is the epitome of some old bullshit. It just feels like they had one take to get everything done, and if they messed up on that take, oh well, it's going in the movie. The storyline is muddled, even though it's a very simple plot. Boy has powers. Boy needs to get rid of these powers or fight an evil entity. But outside of that, man, it's some shit that I feel like if they would have done it as a TV series, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
It makes stuff like Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl look like the Avengers.
One thing, real quick with this, don't y'all dare even pull that sequel shit. They leave it open. Oh, but we must fight again. No, you don't.
The
no,
last
you ain't
frame in the movie is in the trailer, which when we were watching this, I was like, wow, I can't believe they did
Yeah,
that.
they trying to set this shit up. Oh, but they'll be back and we'll be waiting. Ain't nobody waiting on this shit.
Nah.
Ain't nobody gonna be waiting for a fucking thing. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna do a spoiler real quick because y'all got to know because this shit is ridiculous. They try to dump everything. They spend so much time showing this boy training. They don't tell a story. And so they try to dump. It's like they took a box of Twist and just turned it up and just dumped them at the last 20 minutes of the movie. The last 20 minutes of the movie, you learn that Maria, what's her name?
Bello.
Maria Bello. She was the largest stakeholder in the company that created Steel. So she ends up like saving Max some kind of way like that.
No, it doesn't even make sense when she does it because like. Basically, Andy, whatever it's spoiler territory, Andy Garcia hires all these people to go and kill Max to get his powers. And then all these mercenaries are in her house and she's on the phone talking to Max. And the mercenaries are just sitting there watching her. And she goes like, hey, I'm still the priority shareholder in this. You work for me now. And I was like, holy shit, that's a good twist. She wants to kill her son. No, she just wants to get him back.
Yeah, and all like, okay.
Wait, you guys are saying that Andy Garcia is the real villain
Man,
here?
But Martin, not only is he the villain, but here's where I talk about he put in some work. Not only was he acting his ass off, but he let them dress his ass up like a Power Ranger at the end of this.
Oh,
And
that's him?
That's
In the
him.
black and red,
That's
yeah.
him back there. And you see how stiff he is? Because the funny thing is, they put this big ass rubber suit on him. And then they cut sometimes to an obvious stunt man that's flipping all over the place.
Yup.
But when they cut to Andy Garcia actually in it, he can't even bend his legs. He's
Like he couldn't even hold up the gun he was using. Like, oh, this is heavy. Get back.
Yo, get me out of this thing. He walking like Frankenstein and shit.
And here is the major thing where I was like, all right, I definitely know I'm giving this to some old bullshit, was when they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
They do those same Iron Man cuts where it shows in the mask. So it's like a blue camera shot like this close, and Max's is blue and Andy Garcia's is red. It's a fucking mess.
This shit is stupid. Andy Garcia, you ought to be a damn shame of yourself letting him do that to you. Dressed his ass like a mascot.
That is the same ending as Iron Man, the first one.
Was that?
Yeah, it's literally the same ending as Iron Man, the first
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, this shit is stupid. I'll let Sammy come up in a little bit and talk about this. We talked about this.
Is there more
some
for him to say?
No, ain't nothing for him to say.
I mean, I want him to have his piece, but
I messed up one of the guys' names in the final battle. Your dad's name, McGraw.
Yes, right. He was sitting up there taking notes. And
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I was like-
they got that wrong?
He said he was mad in the movie because they said something. They messed up a name, and the thing about it was, it wasn't that moment. I was just about to doze off.
He leaned over and said something.
They got the wrong name. I shut the fuck up, man.
They did that. Well, no, because when I heard it, I thought his name was what was Mac McGrath. So I thought his name was McGrath. I was like, maybe that was his first name. I don't know.
There's so much more bullshit in this movie than y'all can worry about. I almost got mad at him. He talking about, I had a couple of laughs. I was like, get the fuck out of my car, man. You walk home. I'm mad because we're already at the house. You walk up the steps. GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them. for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.